What's going on, America? Welcome back to part 6 of exposing these Democrats and this whole J6 narrative and really getting down to the bottom of why the Democrats aren't interested in capturing this Bigfoot, Ray Epps, who's still running around on the loose, along with John Sullivan, which I had to point out because 2 videos ago, we saw Jamie Raskin, the guy with the poodle on top of his head, talking about Antifa wasn't involved. But I think in episode maybe 4 or something like that, we showed that John Sullivan made a call to Antifa, and apparently like 200 of them showed up along with John Sullivan with his nice gas mask that he was demonstrating and all of those young whippersnappers right next to Ray Epps when he whispered in one of these young boys' ears, and then they breached the Capitol. But for some reason, now that some questions are out there, the Democrats are doing everything they can to make sure that they lead everybody away from Ray Epps. Now, why is that? He should be the main culprit. Ray Epps was the one saying, go into the Capitol, not Donald Trump. Not Donald Trump. All of that stuff. Ray Epps was the one saying, I probably could go to jail for even saying this, but hey, Ray Epps was doing that, not Donald Trump. So now let's finish with Raskin, for whatever reason, dodging the question, whereas in the last episode, they asked him, isn't it odd that the Democrats are defending Ray Epps? He's like, what, who? Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. He never answered the question. He never said yay or nay, but we showed video footage of Adam Kinzinger defending Ray Epps. Then they sent out Jake Crapper, the New York Times, all of this. Why are they doing this? When they hate these Trump supporters so much, they should be given no leniency to Bigfoot Ray Epps. But here we go. Let's close it out with Adam Kinzinger's last-ditch effort to lead us away from the truth about Bigfoot. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. Silver demand will exceed supply again this year. 32,000 tons of silver will be produced against 34,000 tons of demand. Mining.com, an online-only news site covering the global mining and metals industry, sourced the data. And this proves what global gold investments have long warned the market about. U.S. transition to renewable energy will put pressure on silver productions. Silver is used in solar cells, industrial fabrication, and the automotive industry. There will be a future increase in demand in the field of nanotechnology, along with the food industry and printed and flexible electronics. Demand will increase by 54% by 2030. There's no better time to invest in Noble Gold Investments right now. Noble Gold Investments will walk you through the entire process, and it will take you no more than 5 minutes to open a gold or silver IRA. And this month, you'll get an incredible free 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin with a qualified IRA of $20,000 or higher. Yeah, man, you can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments. Call the team now at 877-646-5347 to find out more, or you can just visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, let's get to this video.
The GOP side has boycotted and rejected every attempt to have an independent or a House of Representatives investigation.
That's what happened.
Now, originally the Republican proposal was to have an outside 9/11 style commission with 5 Republicans, 5 Democrats, equal subpoena power on both sides, equal staffing on both sides. And you know what? A lot of Democrats were opposed to it because they said, why should we do that? We're in the majority. But the Democrats agreed to it. And they agreed to it with Mr. Katko, who is the representative of the minority leader, Mr. McCarthy. And after we went back and conveyed our agreement to the GOP proposal, it was vetoed by the 4th branch of government. I'm not yielding now. It was vetoed by the cult leader, Donald Trump, who said he wanted no investigation at all.
So now he's talking about Donald Trump said he don't want no investigation at all and all of that stuff. And he also knows that his back is up against the wall about Ray Epps. So now all of a sudden he don't want to yield. He don't want an excuse. He don't want a rebuttal. He don't want any of that. Kind of like how they didn't want any real Republicans on the J6 committee. That's why they handpicked Adam Kinzinger and, of course, Cheney. Yeah, so that's why they handpicked them. Now, he's getting mad. Now, get ready for the tactic, y'all, because see, I got to expose these things. Now, the tactic is to, go into a rage, make it seem like you are just completely flabbergasted and you're offended by these folks not jumping on board with this and all of that. I can't give y'all the mic again because right now I got to divert away from the fact that I never addressed Ray Epps. Okay.
That's your guy. Donald Trump, he said he wanted no investigation.
We had a half million of them
you
already.
pulled the plug on the investigation you originally advocated because Donald Trump didn't want it. Let's tell some truth.
Yeah.
Would you like
You're talking
proof?
about truth effects. I'm giving you the truth.
Just on
I'm
one.
giving you the facts about it. And then when Speaker Pelosi said, well, in that case, the House of Representatives will conduct our own investigation, then again, you guys boycotted it because you wanted to put pro-insurrection members on the committee.
Now listen to what he said. He said y'all boycotted it not because Nancy Pelosi didn't want certain people on the committee and she was handpicking people so that she could put people like Adam Kinzinger and of course Liz Cheney on there who are rhinos and who hate Trump. They're never Trumpers. Not because of that. No. It's because these folks were pro-insurrectionists. People like Jim Jordan, people like that. Yeah, they're pro-insurrectionists just because they're not willing to jump on board immediately with this big old fake narrative about an insurrection. See, so I guess the impeachment wasn't enough. Now they have to have another investigation and a committee. And then when we want to put our people on it, no, we're not going to let you handpick people who are going to get to the real bottom of this. We want people who's going to do what Adam Kinzinger just did, which is come out and run interference for people like Ray Epps. Now I got to act like I'm offended and I'm outraged and can't let y'all go back to the main question. Why aren't y'all interested in Ray Epps? See the tact?
And so we ended up with a bipartisan committee of people really interested in getting to the facts.
What?
And you know what? This is what you guys can't stand. America listened to it because we had real congressional hearings. Unlike what goes on here with the temper tantrums and the diatribes, and too often our side gets pulled into what you guys are doing, but we had real hearings and 25, 30 million Americans watching because we told the truth.
And it didn't sway anybody. In fact, what it did is created more suspicion. That's what it did. That big show trial was nothing more than that, a show trial, an attempt to sway opinions, and it didn't do any of that. And now here you are talking about we told the truth, and you know what, y'all didn't want us to this and all of that, and we did a real investigation as you brought in that raggedy final witness who got up there and got busted lying about Donald Trump being in the beast, going kung fu fighting on all of the Secret Service men. See, but yet y'all told the truth. As you brought in no other witnesses, you didn't allow no cross-examination. It was a production. That's what it was, just like what we're watching right now. See, once again, let's get this man right back on task about that Bigfoot Ray Epps. That's what we want to know about, but he don't want to talk about that no more. See, he want to go off on a tangent about all this other stuff.
About Donald Trump's assault on democratic institutions and the right to vote in America.
Now, it has nothing to do with Ray Epps going into the Capitol. Huh? It's nothing to do with that. Yeah, it's not, you know what, we don't want to ruin the plan. What plan was that, Ray Epps? What plan was that, Bigfoot? Yeah, it's nothing about him saying, no, you don't want to take that into the Capitol, you might get shot. It's nothing about that. No, it's nothing about them removing him off of that most wanted list and John Sullivan talking about Antifa. It's not about all of that. All of that evidence and all of these years of y'all doing all of this stuff to get Donald Trump, including using the FBI. Nothing about that. It has nothing to do with our past references of y'all blaming Donald Trump of being a Russian agent, and it was a full-blown lie. Nothing to do. Now, all of a sudden, we should trust you guys and your motives. They're pure and innocent.
And maybe you can't handle the truth, but that's the reality, and nobody's laid a glove on any of the testimony that has come out during those hearings. So we hear this absurd whining about Ray Epps, who has absolutely nothing to do with any of it, and all of these conspiracy theory allegations have been debunked up and down.
Have they? Because I just brought up a whole bunch of questions. They haven't been debunked. Y'all won't give us the information about Ray Epps. That's why you're resisting the Republicans asking these questions. Because you don't want to answer the questions about Ray Epps. If they've been debunked, debunk them. Turn over the evidence. Show us those interviews. Let us cross-reference the Bigfoot and ask some questions. Put him under oath. But for some reason, you're not doing that. You're more anxious about Donald Trump. You're more excited about these insurrectionists and all of that stuff, but not the main guy. Not the main guy. So let's see how this all ends after Jamie Poodle on top of the head Raskin puts on his performance.
Up and down, you think you've got something? You bring him in and talk to him or send us a letter or do something. But why don't you deal with the reality of the situation?
I wonder if the other side thinks it's a conspiracy or a rabbit hole that at least half a dozen FBI informants were involved in the kidnapping plot of Governor Whitmer. I don't think it is, because that's been shown in court. And I just find it amazing.
Me too.
They're talking about lies, but we're not here to make statements today. We are here to ask questions.
Yeah.
We want to disprove or prove. I prefer to disprove that Ray Epps his involvement is deeper than what we see, but what we see is troubling. And I find that the other side is defending it. Like the gentleman on the other side said he didn't know what I was talking about when I said they're trying to exonerate Ray Epps.
Will the gentleman yield?
No, I will not.
No.
It baffles me. Here's a man who you say assaulted democracy.
Yeah.
And you have the other side has no curiosity whatsoever. And if you want to disprove a conspiracy theory, as one of my colleagues already said, the best way to do it is release the truth.
Yeah.
Every time the Attorney General has been asked, every time the FBI has been asked, they hide behind their policy. But their policy does not trump Congress.
No.
We created the FBI. We created the DOJ.
And y'all need to uncreate.
They're creations of Congress, and we fund them every year. They don't have the option of not answering us, yet that is what they're trying to do every time they come here. It is their refusal to answer these questions. It is their attempts to target parents at school board meetings. It is their involvement in the FBI, I almost called it FBI kidnapping plot, well, it pretty much was, in the kidnapping plot in Michigan that created this question that we have to answer here today. So I don't know, don't call them lies, they're questions. We're asking questions of the president and the attorney general. Give us the information that's in your possession. Don't keep showing up to these committees in the House and the committees in the Senate and saying our policy doesn't allow you to answer this question. I thought this was the question of our time.
Yeah.
What led to this day, to January 6th?
And that right there is the main question. If you ever want to know what the sincerity of these Democrats, the fake news and all of that is concerning January 6th, all you have to do is look at the main key players that obviously, unmistakably was involved, said the things that all of them claim are violation. Yeah, that makes you become, suspect number one. When you start talking about going in to the Capitol, taking over the Capitol, burning the Capitol down, which we saw John Sullivan say, but he's not being brought in. He's not in jail. We saw Ray Epps do all of that, but we also saw the Democrats, for whatever reason, pretend like that's not even important. He's not even a crucial piece to the puzzle, even though with that man, both of these men that I showed throughout this whole series said things that are more direct and also damnable than Donald Trump. Donald Trump said, go over and let your voices peacefully be heard, whereas John Solomon says, burn it down. He invites Antifa. He lies about who he is, says he's a darn journalist, but he's not, goes in with a fake Trump hat on, all of these things, and yet no one wants to talk about that, says we accomplished what we came here to do, and yet I was told this was an insurrection, which why is John Solomon saying that we've accomplished what we came to do? The insurrection would have been to get rid of Nancy, Mike Pence, and then change the vote. But that never happened. So why would John Sullivan be saying, we've accomplished what we came to do? Then Ray Epps even brought up the fact that, we don't want to ruin the plan. What was the plan, Ray Epps? How do you know the plan? How did you know anything about that bomber over there? Key things about the whole insurrection that this man was caught all over the place saying, didn't even go to the Trump rally, spent his time making sure that everybody focused on that Capitol, not just on it, not going just to it, but going, Capitol, and somehow mysteriously, the New York Times, CNN, Adam Kinzinger, and this dude with the poodle on his head, and the rest of the Democrats are for some reason saying, you know what, man, that's a conspiracy theory, it's been debunked, Ray Epps is good. Why y'all want to know about this dude? Because of what you're doing. That's why we want to know about it, because you guys are defending him. Anything you guys are trying to take us away from lets me know it's probably because you're trying to cover it up. You guys are acting like the killdeer bird. That's right. Go ahead, throw a fit, flip, go crazy. Just don't have us go and look at that nest over there, because that's where the eggs are. That's where the eggs are. And that's what we just watched. Throughout all of these folks' performances, they were throwing nothing more than a fit to draw us away from that big old egg head named Ray Epps. I bet you that God dog it, we should have picked somebody smaller. That man stood out. He's a Bigfoot. He's about 6'6", talking about going, Capitol. Did you think nobody was going to record him? Now y'all got to come out and prostitute yourselves and lie to the American public and belittle our intelligence about that dude's involvement. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. If after all of these clips and these series, that I just put together, you still think for some reason that the J6 thing was an insurrection, boy, I don't know what to do for you. I mean, at that point, you're damaged goods. I mean, at this point, you should at least be able to stop and say, yeah, these are good points. I would hope you would. That's if you're not completely 100% manipulated by the Democrat Party and their leftist agenda. Okay, so therefore, we will see y'all, of course, next time in Kevin's Corner, and hopefully we'll see Trump in 2024 after these failed efforts to stop him finally just gets thrown out somehow. Good grief. You would think they would quit by now. They've been trying ever since he ran the first time. Anyway, see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. I hated to do that to him, but I do it again. God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.